Hello again and welcome back to our course on PSE 15. In this section we're going to look at the use of two brushes, the Smart Brush and the Detail Smart Brush. And these are commonly used to brush on effects. This isn't the full range of all effects and styles and so on that are available, but it's a restricted range associated with fixing problems in images or adding particular effects or particular enhancements to images. What I'm going to do is to demonstrate each of the brushes once in this section. I'm going to use the Smart Brush to make that blue sky a little bit bluer. It looks a bit sort of grey and hazy and dull at the moment. And then I'm going to use the Detail Smart Brush to whiten somebody's teeth. Starting with the Smart Brush, the key thing about the Smart Brush is that it's not only a brush for brushing on an effect, but it's a selection tool as well. It's the middle left-hand tool in the Enhance group. That's how you access both the Smart Brush and the Detail Smart Brush. There's a drop down here where I select the effect that I want to brush on. The last one used is there. Actually, the last time I used it to make a blue sky bluer. But the presets that you can achieve with this are in categories. There's artistic, black and white, many of the effects that you've seen already. But the one we're going to use is the blue skies bluer, or should I say make a dull skies blue effect. Having selected that, I then need to select the size of brush I'm going to use. I think that'll do, maybe slightly bigger than that. Let me use the square bracket to make the brush a little bit bigger. And then I use it a little bit like the quick selection tool. I start to brush and it selects intelligently based on where I've brushed. It's making a selection, but in fact in this case it's rather overdone the selection and it's selected some hillside. So as with the other selection tools, I by default now have a plus selected for selection. If I change that to a minus, notice the same options are available in the tool options towards the bottom of the screen. But if I choose a minus, I can now subtract the parts of the selection that I don't want in the selection. I'm going to reduce the brush size to do this. Let me start brushing out some of the bits that I don't want. A couple of specks there to get rid of. There are one or two other tiny blemishes in the selection to get rid of, but that's basically it. And what you can see now is a bluer sky. And I reckon that's done a pretty good job. Now it's time for a little cosmetic dentistry. We could whiten this man's teeth using the Smart Brush, and it would actually do a pretty good job. And it would also make a pretty quick job as well, because it should be easy to select those teeth. But let's try it with the Detail Smart Brush, which is often good in situations where selection is a little trickier or the detail that you need to work in is a little finer. So first of all, let me zoom right into his teeth. Now, as you can see, these teeth are already in shadow, so I don't want to make them too white because they'll look totally artificial. Now let me go to the Smart Brush tools, and it's the Detail Smart Brush that I want. I don't want blue skies. What I want this time is one of the portrait options. The portrait options include options, for example, to improve skin tone or to make lips red, but there are a couple of teeth ones, and one of them is whiten teeth. So having selected whiten teeth, the next job is to select a brush size. That may be actually just about right. And all I'm going to do is to just click once. I'm not going to brush too much because I think with this particular gentleman's teeth it would be very easy to overdo this and make it all look rather artificial. Usually with teeth where you have variations in size, you very probably want to change the brush size while you're doing the job as well to deal with smaller teeth and lower teeth and so on. So as usual, depending on how much trouble you're prepared to take, you may be able to achieve a pretty good result. And having brushed those in, let me just zoom out and see what I get. And there we are. I think that's done a pretty good job on his teeth. Note the layers on the right there, particularly the top layer with its layer mask. That's the end of this section. I'll see you in the next one.